The Lakeland Flying Tigers visit the Lee Health Sports Complex in Fort Myers, Florida, as the Mussels take on the Flying Tigers. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everyone. I'm John Vitas alongside Andrew Pauling. And Andrew, this is a series we've been looking forward to for a while, the top two teams in the FSL West.
And there's 24 games left in the regular season for the Mussels. 12 of those 24 are against the Flying Tigers, so half of the remaining schedule comes against the team that they're fighting for that playoff spot against. So the Mussels have the chance now to really make their own luck over the final 4 weeks of the season.
Yeah, both teams are coming off impressive series victories, and Fort Myers takes a 2-game lead into this series. So if they split, it'll be exactly where we started the week. If Lakeland wins 4 out of 6, it would be a dead even heat with 3 weeks to go. And for Fort Myers, their roster looks extremely different than it did when we finished the series last time in Fort Myers against St. Lucie. 8 draft picks on the roster right now. 7 of them will start tonight.
And 7 guys in the starting lineup are 7 out of the first 8 picks by the Twins in this year's draft. The only names that Mussels fans, or the only faces that they'll recognize, are Brandon Winokur and Daniel Pena. The other 7 faces are all new here for Fort Myers.
Yeah, and those guys were awesome last week in Jupiter when the Mussels won 5 out of 6, highlighted by the 2 first-round shortstops, Kalen Culpepper and Kyle DeBarge, who will be up the middle tonight. The draft picks accounted for over 70% of the Mussels' hits and stolen bases last week in the 5 wins against Jupiter. And Andrew, the pitching matchup is really solid as well. A couple of left-handers going head-to-head.
Yeah, Cesar Laris against Gabriel Reyes, and this is a repeat of a pitching matchup that we had in Game 2 of a doubleheader back on June 14th here at Hammond Stadium. The Mussels did end up winning that game. Laris now is making his 3rd start against the Flying Tigers. He's totaled 10 2/3 innings over the course of the first 2 starts, and he's allowed just 3 earned runs. And for Reyes, he's facing 9 completely different hitters. It's an entirely different lineup than the one he faced here in June.
So it's the 2 young lefties, Reyes versus Laris, in the series opener with a playoff spot on the line. While we have a moment, let's introduce you to the 3rd member of our broadcast team tonight, as Patterson Fallis has our Down on the Farm report.
Thanks, John. AA Wichita's Tanner Schobel was dominant at the dish last week on his way to being named Texas League Player of the Week yesterday. Schobel, the 68th overall pick in 2022 out of Virginia Tech, homered 4 times in 6 games against Corpus Christi, nearly doubling his total for the season. The 2022 Mussel recorded 8 hits, a pair of walks, and drove in 6, reaching base safely in all but 1 game of the series. Schobel's big week powered the win surge to a 4-2 series victory over the Hooks. They'll begin a 6-game set at home against Arkansas tonight at 8:05. That was today's Down on the Farm report, brought to you by Brandt Professional Agriculture, proud to power the mighty Mussels. Well, it's about time for first pitch here at Hammond Stadium, so let's send it back to John Vitas and Andrew Pauling in the broadcast booth.